CY once again. Today is the second test on the second design of the declumper. Right, my first design was inserted on the yellow color DF64, and my newer design, which looks like the mother design, is actually installed on the carbon fiber pattern DF64. Right, so I'm going to do a quick test to show you how the coffee ground is coming out, and what kind of speed, and does it create a lot of mess or it doesn't. Right, so this is going to be a quick one, right, to show you the difference in design of the declumper, right, and how it affects the grind and the speed of the coffee ground coming out of the chute. Right, so stay tuned. Right, this is CY once again. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do remember to subscribe and give a thumbs up if you like my video. Right, let's start. Right, so now to show you the difference in design. Right, currently this one, right, the carbon fiber pattern DF64 is installed with this pattern, and the yellow color one, right, is currently installed with this version. Right, you can see that the space between the declumper is more regular, and there are actually horizontal gaps, and all the gaps are regular sizes, whereas this one, right, has got slightly larger windows at the side, and slightly smaller windows on the other side. Right, so let's see how the pattern of the declumper actually affects the speed at which the coffee ground is coming out, and does it really affect the static that's attracted onto the surface of the grinder. Right, so let's test on the, okay, by the way, I've already measured 18 grams of beans. Right, both are about 18 grams. Right, so let's test it on the yellow color, which has this design. Right, so I'm just going to dose directly onto the portafilter, and you'll be easier for you to see the effect. So again, you can see that I'm actually using the anti-popcorn. Right, this one seems to work better, but I believe there's still a slight improvement can be done to this. Right, the reason I'm saying that is because this declumper, right, if you look at the inside, there's actually a slight gap and a slightly difference in gradient, right, between the funnel and the side at the corner. And the side at the corner usually will trap a few beans. I think the reason for that is because I've tilted my grinder at 10 degrees, so it tends to retain the coffee ground on the bottom here. Right, so I probably will gonna redesign this so that this part will be will be a slightly steeper gradient, so that it can slide the beans much easier. Right, so let's look at how the grind is, right, without with the design of this one. Right, so you can see. Right, okay, let's close the cover, and grind size is at 15. Okay, I know the grind size can be different, but I'll just preset 15 and see how it goes. And this is technically the espresso grind. So you can see that this design is scattering the coffee ground around the polyfilter and the dosing ring, I mean. Right, so you can see that the coffee ground is scattered, and there are some static attraction on the exit chute, as well as this at the bottom there. Right, and okay, let's take it out. Right, if you tap it, everything will go down, and this is the condition of the static, right, with the first design. Same thing, let me transfer this. You can see that there's always a few beans trapped there, so let me transfer over here. and insert the polyfilter. Right, as usual, I have already pre-dosed about 18 grams of coffee beans. Okay, let's see how it goes. Right, so as you can see, right, the second design did improve the static quite a bit. And let me remove the polyfilter. Again, if you give it a slight tap, right, everything will be settled. And if you look at the exit chute, right, there's technically no clumps at all. I mean, no static attraction to the exit chute, as well as to the handle. There's nothing, right? So basically, this is a much better design, right? This design is much better than this one, right? So this will be out. I will no longer be using this because this produces a lot of static. I have a third design, which is this one, right? You can't really see the pattern I'm designing. Okay, I'll give you a test in the next video, right? Comparing this one versus this one, right? So you can see that there's a big improvement if you change the declumper to a different design. So as you can see in the short video presentation, with different design on the declumper, right, it does affect the speed at which the coffee ground is shooting out from the exit chute, and it also affects the static attraction. And we are only using 3D printing technology, which means precision is not very high and the surface is actually quite coarse. That's the reason why it brings me to the next point. I will be starting a Patreon account, right? The reason I'm starting a Patreon account is because I want to raise a bit of fund for me to purchase another machine which allows me to do 3D printing, CNC, as well as laser cutting. So I'll be hoping for support from all of you who frequent my channel to support me on raising fund for this project. And I will create different tiers, right, for you to support me. And based on different tiers, I will be able to send my final product to you, right? In terms of, let's say, the 3D tutor base, if you support me in a monthly basis, I'll be able to mail this item to you based on the so-called, I think in Patreon they run a different level, different tiers. I haven't thought of it yet, how I should rank the tiers in terms of the monthly contributions. But I'll be working on it, so stay tuned. I'll be releasing my more details on my Patreon account very soon, and I do hope for your support to help me raise a bit of fund to purchase the 3D printing, CNC, as well as laser cutting. It's a 3-in-1 machine, right? I think it costs around $1,500 to $2,000 US. So of course, part of the money will come from myself, right? From my business as well, and from my YouTube earnings. Once again, right? Thank you for liking my videos, and the Patreon support is not a must. You still can enjoy my videos, right? It's just that if you want to support my work, right, you can do it in that channel, right? Thank you so much again. Hope you give my video a thumbs up. Stay safe, and see you very soon in the next video.